Secretary of the Ministry of Environment and Forestry, our sister Luna, and we are expecting our colleague, the first Undersecretary from the Ministry of Finance and Planning, members of government officials here, of government ministries, agencies, and departments here, the UN family, other colleagues from other UN agencies, members of the diplomatic communities, and people representing development agencies, development cooperation. I understand there are students from the University of Juba here, and this is our future. We are very pleased to have all of you with us from the academia. We are here, as been said by Theo, to launch the 32nd Human Development Report for UNDP. I gave a brief history. I think many of you know a little bit of the history of the Human Development Report when it was launched nearly 32 years ago. The report focuses on reframing our understanding of development. Prior to the report, development was understood as growth and GDP. And that was the measure of government and countries' performance on development. And the report, the reflection was that inasmuch as growth is an important ingredient in development, growth in itself cannot be considered development. And that UNDP, with the help of a Nobel laureate, Amartya Sen, then introduced a new concept of development, which is called human development. And the human development has three variables that they feel that when you measure in a society, you can then call a society a developed society. The first variable is the variable of capability, that in the society there are people, there are humans who are capable, who have the capacity to do for themselves what they want to do. The capability is linked also to choice. They have the capability to choose, to make a choice. And that, for Amartya Sen, for many others, was very important to understand development. We all human and sovereign human will have the capacity to choose and the capacity to produce that which they choose. And then the third variable is that in order for them to have that capacity and that ability of choice, they must be healthy, they must be well-being. So the human who is healthy will have a capacity to produce and who have a capacity of choice. And those are fundamental in development. And all of the measures around development since then was about those core variables. And we are here today to launch a report that brings to our attention the harsh realities that confront this definition of human development. The harsh realities that confront our capacity to choose and our capacity to live healthily in our societies and across the world. We live in a world of increasing worry and uncertainty, owing to crises, to shocks, to economic hardships, to inequalities, to political turmoil, to climate emergencies. Many of us are following what is happening across the world in terms of climate. We're hearing for the first time in generations that rivers that we all used to visit in Europe have all dried up. I mean, there's no water in those big rivers that we used to have and we used to see in many parts of the world. speak, 1/3 of the entire Pakistan. Pakistan is a vast country, bigger, one of the biggest countries in Asia. And Pakistan, 1/3 of the entire country is underwater as we speak. It's flooded. Big cities, the houses cannot be seen, and hundreds and hundreds of people have been killed because of that flood. We all know, we've been seeing our own floods in Bentiu. So Bentiu pales when we talk about what is happening in Pakistan today. So these are the realities that are causing worries and uncertainties, and for which this report is calling for a conversation around the world. So this year's report reflects these realities on the theme, uncertain times, unsettled lives, shaping our future in the world in transformation. The report was launched yesterday by our administrator in New York, and there again he stressed that yes, we live in an uncertain time. We have communities and peoples across the world who are living unsettled lives, but our world is in transformation. Our world is in transformation. And that is the key that we really want to have our conversation around. Transformation is a fundamental shift of society. My brother is an environmentalist there. In environmentalist science is a regime shift. Things, the way we know them before, fundamentally changing. And we need to adapt to new ways of life. That's critical in transformation. When a society, an event, a core aspect of life is changing,